Well, all right. Let's keep this train a-rolling. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. This time we have a pair of balls that have not been on the show before. I think a lot of you have probably gotten to know his balls better than I, but let's go.
12 days of balls.
12 days of balls. We continue down our road, and let me say it, please.
Fuck you.
Next time, this is my show, so stop it. Yeah, 12 days of balls. Let's go. Let's talk to Don from Don's Pinball Podcast, a fellow Wisconsinite.
On the fourth day of balls, pinball gave to me. Don's Pinball Podcast, Joe from Triple Drain. One half of Math and the shoeman, Zach Benning.
All right, well, hey, Don, welcome to the Pinball Party Podcast, 12 Days of Balls.
I'm so excited to be here. I can't wait to meet Meth.
Hey Don, lick my 12 days of balls.
You don't want to. Be careful what you wish for. That dude is a prick.
Eat shit.
I think he's like me. He's just misunderstood is the thing.
Yeah, he's misunderstood. Yeah, but the difference is you seem, at least from what I can see from afar, a nice guy. Meph's a piece of shit. So that's a big difference. Yeah.
My ruse is working though. That's good feedback for me. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, yeah, dude, you are just taking off in the pinball media world, and you seem to be so enthusiastic, and I don't know how you do it. I can't. I go like a week of like, oh yeah, and then I'm like, ugh. How do you do it, man?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, everybody has their cycle, right? But I don't record when I'm in a bad mood, so I guess that helps, But
Good
some
call.
news drop, something's going on, some kind of speculation, and I'm like, dude, I want to talk to everybody about this, so I just fire it up. Like, so this, I'm blessed. This doesn't feel like work for me. This is fun for me, so I'll keep going. I did a live stream last night. I just did one this morning. Now we're doing.
I just interrupted it.
Going. Yeah.
Yeah. These getting to know you, well, these 12 days of balls, I should say, are a little shorter than normal. Some other time, let's get together more and learn. I want to learn a little bit more about you in depth some other time.
Yeah, buddy.
But Merry Christmas to you and your family. I guess I don't know. You have a family, you have a wife, right? You have kids?
Yeah, wife and kid, 12-year-old. Yeah, it's going to be great. There's always this lead up to Christmas and we're like, oh, is it here yet? Is it here yet? Everything's great. Everything's white and frosty. Christmas happens and it's like, hey, guess what the real gift was? 2 more months of this cold nonsense with absolutely nothing to look forward to.
Well, yesterday it was like 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
I was in a t-shirt. It was great.
Yeah. I didn't have pants on. I was outside, taking a swim in the lake. That's Wisconsin for you. Whereabouts are you in Wisconsin?
Right in the dead center. Like I'm adjacent to Stevens Point, West Virginia, Wisconsin. It's about 90 minutes upriver from Madison. Just right there in the middle. 90 minutes from District 82, 90 minutes from IO Arcade in Madison, 3 to MSP, 3 to O'Hare.
Yeah, you're so I have family in Wausau and my parents went to college in Stevens Point U. So I'm familiar. I went to college actually in Wausau for like a year.
All right.
Yeah, just at Marathon County for like music theory, and then I was like, nah, don't want that. All right, let's get onto that some other time. This is the time to get to know your Christmas balls, if you will. So let's get right into it.
I got them decked out and dipped in glitter, so let's go.
I can see it. Everyone, if anyone wants to know, he has no pants on, balls dipped in glitter. It's disgusting, but I appreciate it. It fits the theme of this show. So, do you believe in aliens?
Absolutely, positively. Are you kidding? Of course. With an infinite amount of possibilities and an infinite amount of expanding expanse out there, of course there's something, whether it's fungus on a rock or some rock aliens chasing the Foo Fighters. Totally.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No, I believe in the band Ghost. I've seen them materialize in front of me a few times. I believe in Sweden. I believe in music. So in that sense, yes. In the sense, are there, metaphysical spirits around? No. But are there things that people can't explain? Yes. Do those things probably exist only within the minds of the observer? Probably. So, right. Depending on your definition of ghost. Yeah.
I think any sort of, well, for me, it's like anything that'll freak me the fuck out at night, which, what is that thing? Is it Wisconsin or Michigan? Maybe you'll know because you're a local. Yeah. There's like this, like the floating 2 lights thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but I come from the land of Mothman in West Virginia, so there's local legends of these supernatural creatures. They take different forms, I guess, depending on your cheese intake level.
Meth, maybe. we don't know. Yeah, he came out of nowhere. Well, he didn't. He came out of Jeff and Marty. But so you're from West Virginia?
Well, I'm from a small coastal city in California called Los Angeles. But then I, as a part of a social experiment, I moved to West Virginia in my 20s because houses there were free. And then I just fell backwards into various professions, and then ended up pursuing higher education as a hobby. And then ended up, moving all over the place. I've lived in the middle of Pennsylvania and Hershey. I lived in North Idaho, and right now I'm parked in the middle of Wisconsin. And it's awesome. I'm adjacent to Wisconsin Dells, man. I like roller coasters and theme parks, so this is not a bad place to be.
No, it's not. And then you mentioned earlier, like geographically, we're close, especially for pinball. You couldn't ask for a better spot.
This is it, man.
And we're not like, and like I see the machines. Yeah, I see the machines behind you in Wisconsin. Like you could leave a pinball machine in my front yard, no one's going to take it. Right. Chicago, like they might shoot you in the head for it, but different.
California, somebody would move into it and claim squatters' rights, and you'd never be able to evict them from your coin box.
And they would. They'd piss on it. They'd shit on it, and they would be theirs. What is your favorite? Man, I challenge yourself if you can answer just because you seem to. You're all over the place with pinball this year in a good way. It's not insulting. What is your favorite pinball thing this year? Can you narrow it down to one thing?
Oh gosh. Was it? It's the people and the friends that we made along the way. But next to that, it was Chicago Expo, and then probably Pinball Olympics. Holy garbage! That was amazing. That? I went to that. Yeah, I was told I should go, and I said, "Heck it, let's waste part of a Saturday and check this thing out." And I'm still processing what exactly occurred while I was there. But it was, as somebody with a penchant for the absurd, it was right in my wheelhouse, man.
What is, speaking of absurd, possibly, do you have a favorite, quote, real monster? Loch Ness Monster, Sasquatch, Yeti, Chupacabra, meth, Yeah.
I mean, off the cuff, I would just go with Mothman because, from living in West Virginia as I did for as long as I did, long enough to pick up an Appalachian accent that I can use when it suits me.
Not bad.
Yeah, hop on the four-wheeler. I'm going to tell you what I did. We're going to go up to Tudor's, get some biscuits. My mama's got the sugars. She's going to take a nap. I'm going to run the sweeper and wake her up later.
Man, that kind of fits in Wisconsin though too. You just the hick life that we live.
Yeah. You want a bag? Oh, that's Pennsylvania. Man, I'm a mix of everything that I've been drugged through around the country.
You're the melting pot.
Yeah, but supernatural creatures. Let's go with Mothman, man.
Okay. Do you have? And please enunciate your favorite curse word.
Shit. Yeah, I actually get more traffic out of that. Than any of the other ones, Foxtrot Uniform Charlie Kilo, of course, is useful as a verb, adjective, and just about everything else. But yeah, it's like, what the shit? It rolls off so great.
And shit like really cuts through,
Yeah, and you can have, the same word, it can mean something great and mean something terrible and disgusting all at the same time. Like that over there, that's shit. This right here, this is my shit. Completely different. Yeah.
And where would you put Venom Pro? Which shit would you use for Venom Pro?
That's underneath some drippy corn shit. Yeah, Venom Pro doesn't do it
bummer,
for me.
Because the theme, like I was excited for it. I think you were probably too when it first came out. Again, things get announced like hell yeah, this could be great, and I was like and I ordered it, and then I canceled my order before it came out because I'm like uh-oh.
Yeah. Like now I went through with my Venom Premium order, and I'm glad I did. I was mad at that game when I first got it, but it really grew on me, and it's really fun to play. I put as many games on Venom Premium in 3 months as I put on Foo Fighters all year.
Oh shit!
I beat Null 4 times. I unlocked all the characters. I'm playing with Hulk. I'm doing the Hulk smash. Spider Cheeks flips out, and you can hit his little dangly bits. And all of those things that I love about Venom Premium are not on the Pro. You get a horseshoe, which is horse shit. And the only 2 interesting things in the Pro are the longest captive ball in pinball, at least since Centaur, and the middle ramp from Mandalorian. And then a horseshoe, like your doppelganger comes up and it's just an insert light. What am I supposed to do with this? Change your character, change the rules? What are you doing, Stern?
Yeah, not great. Good attempt. They have it locally. I've played it twice. Each time I've played, the first time I played it all the way through. Second time, the second ball, I'm like, well, I don't need to keep doing this. I'm just going to walk away.
Yeah.
I noticed all the powder coating back there. Do you get it done locally or do you send out for it?
I do now. I started sending it out for multiple hundreds of dollars because I didn't know any better. And then I've since sourced the powder myself. I've sourced a powder coater in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. and I do the coin doors, the shooter housing, I do the speaker panel, and I can do the whole thing for under $200.
Yes, and that's partly why I was going to ask, just in case you didn't have one. Yeah, we have one local in Eau Claire. And all those people on Pinside paying people like $500, $400.
That was how it started. Yeah.
Don't. Yeah, and it's
Pay me
really
$500.
attractive.
Send me the stuff. I will do it.
Same.
I'll do it for $400.
Yes. Don and Jason from Pinball Party and Don's podcast, we will both charge you $200 to barely do any work. But yeah, you can, if you just talk to someone locally, under $200, and it's easy.
Yeah.
Locally, they do it for like $150. And all you need to do, if it's Stern people, like just bring it there. They can like basically blast it to get it ready for the powder coat. No big deal. If it's Bally Williams something, you can't bring them chrome. You have to bring something raw, which you can get on like Pinball Life and all that.
I get the lollipop rails from Pinball Life, the angled ones, and then just bring in the bare metal. Or I got a guy I've sourced in Barcelona that can laser cut anything you want. So you like LE armor, you can get it.
Do you have a pinball plating guy? I don't. Yeah.
Like for chrome, you mean?
Yeah, or for like Lord of the Rings brass plate. That's the only kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to the questions. How much you bench?
240.
Shit, man. Nice.
Yeah. When I train up a bit, I can throw up 225 all day. But yeah, max 240, 245 is like the most I've got.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. I'm 5'7", 140 pounds. So for me, like when I'm doing like 3x8s, I'm benching like 140. I'm trying to get to 200 in my small size, but I never push strength. I'm always doing volumes. So I'll do I'll try to do strength, and then I get like, oh, I didn't do enough volume because I don't know any weightlifters or like gym rats out there. Like you get very hard on yourself when you do certain things, and I can't convince myself to sometimes do lower volume for strength. And I'm trying that now, so I want to get up there. And even
in high school, while everybody else was successful with or trying to be successful with women, I went to the gym during lunch, and so it was just all day, all lunch. That's what I did. And then I started doing weightlifting competitions in high school, started getting medals with it. And so, you get your routine, and then you get your buddies together because you need spotters. And then we would try to max out each day and just try to push forward another 5 pounds. And so I got up to 230 in high school as my max, which was dope. And then at 40 something years old, I went and beat that. So that was great.
That's awesome. I'm jealous, and I wish I would have done that in high school. What I did in high school was smoke a lot of pot and cigarettes and skip class and playing punk bands. Hindsight's 2020. I don't regret a second of it. But now that I'm doing
I think I would have swapped places if I could. I didn't have a choice, so there I was in the gym.
Oh, dude, at least you got that.
Then I got a skateboard, a set of drums, and some blue hair, and it picked up from there towards the end. Dude, so there was an upward trend through high school.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a question on here. You can either answer it now or wait a couple. It's air a pinball grievance. If you got one, right. So when I asked,
possibly think about.
When I asked Zach Meny this, he was like, "Oh shit, that's a loaded gun." So he needed a couple seconds. So if you want to think about it, we can go back to it in a little bit, or if you got one off the top of your head,
let's go with. Just because I don't want to rehash, Zach's brilliant performance there. Let's go with demanding $16,000 to $17,000 for the GTF Signature Edition. I'm grieving over that. Refillable pint glass. That got me, man. Slick marketing. They're spending money for good costumes, for good concepts. And then somewhere along the line, it's going sideways into here's a lunchbox and here's a refillable pint glass. That floored me when I heard that. 16 grand for the refillable.
On that same note, how do you feel about the like Jurassic Park Super LE, the Elvira new lipstick? I don't even remember what it's called. Stern doing them, basically kicking the previous LE buyers in the balls. It's at least from secondhand market, as you and I both do quite frequently.
Yeah,
I that would be my grievance. Is like. I like it. Of course, you have to make money. I think the Blood Red Edition looks awesome, and the Jurassic, it looks awesome. It just feels as the only thing. This hobby is expensive enough that really hurts the secondary value. But that's my opinion. What do you think of the whole?
So let's say you, there's two groups of people, right? Those that had the Black Knight topper for resale, and those that wanted it. And then they just announced that they're rerunning them for $1,500, and they were going listing for $3,000. So if you were holding on to one of those $3,000 ones, and then they announced that, you think that sucks. If you were looking to buy one of the $3,000 ones and they announced it, you're like, this rules, right? So It's kind of equal across there. There's always this, I have this thing worth money. Should I list it now or should I try to hold it and get more later or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the risk that you take. The people that got the Jurassic Park LE initially, they've had it for years and have been able to enjoy it. So I guess you're saying if you would have just denied yourself that enjoyment for that many years, you could have got this other new edition. And I think that kind of goes for anything. If I didn't buy an Elvira 40th anniversary edition for $25,000 when they came out, I could have got one for $18,000, last year. So I could have waited and got it cheaper. And now, they came out with a $12.99 black and white edition that looks phenomenal.
God, so good.
It's so good. You got to see it in person, man. The pictures don't do it. It's the sparkle on the red is amazing. They're not going and rerunning. Well, they did with Jurassic Park. Well, it wasn't the same one. They changed it a little bit. I don't think it was worth the price. I mean, with the brown powder coat and some cabinet graphics that, with some doing, you can get something similar to that anyway. I don't know.
Yes.
But,
again, $200.
We didn't have to buy it. They put it out there. No. They all sold. So, yeah.
What is on that note? What is your like biggest loss on the secondary market? Like something you bought, like, oh shit, shouldn't have done that. Like an LE, or like you pimped the shit out of something and then sold it too much. I know that your recent Foo Fighters was probably not the biggest, but
it might actually be Foo Fighters. I sold that for $8.
No shit.
Bought it for the 9600 or something, whatever it came out with. Paid Michigan Pinball Refinery $500 to ship everything back and forth and get the lollipop rails and stuff. Paid some guy $400 for a Led Zeppelin expression light kit and put in there.
Yeah.
But I had this game when it came out. I got it quick from Mad Pinball. I had expression lights in it, so I didn't have to wait on that. I put the glow rubbers in there, and I put pin stadiums in there that I sold already separately. So I had killer Foo Fighters experience like from day one in my house, and so maybe that cost me $3,000. But then I probably could have got another $500 or $600, but I would have had to wait. I just wanted it to go. It sold to a local guy in town. Him and his kid are like overjoyed that they're getting this game. I got to live stream it. So that was probably my biggest loss now that I've had. But it's kind of a cost of doing business.
Yes. We should, now that we kind of have each other's contact info, if, selling games, all that kind of stuff, I'll keep you abreast of like, this thing, or, anyone, that kind of stuff. Doesn't happen often, but sometimes, it's better to do. I'm with you. Like, I rather price something rock bottom and just get it out of here, or work with people I know, instead of, the game of like just getting low balls or dealing with pricks or.
And I got a fair price for where the market is right now. And that's kind of what I wanted to get. I didn't want to get what I put into it. I wanted to, whenever I sold it, I wanted to get a good price for the market. If the market was up, fantastic. If it's down, at least I still got a good price for the market where it is.
Yes. Your point of view is too positive. We got to move on. I can't have that.
Sure.
What do you what do you want for
control over the things I have control over, right? The things that are out of my reach. I mean, I could stress about them or drink a Diet Coke and go throw some balls at some dinosaurs or something.
God, yeah. Either in pinball or in real life, I'd throw balls at dinosaurs. What do you want for Christmas this year?
Ooh, let's see.
You have your two front teeth, so I don't think you need those.
Probably a pizza oven, like a legit stone pizza oven, 500 degrees. Throw some Neapolitan pies in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Probably I should say pizza in Gaza, but also pizza.
No, I would say pizza. I was gonna make some pizza today. I think that's convinced me. All right, 2024. I'm going to ask you what you're looking forward to most in 2024, and please answer it. But before you answer that, let's just briefly talk about Looney Tunes, because you've seen it in person, and I'm just creaming over that from afar.
Played the heck out of it. Yeah.
How is it?
Oh, man. No hyperbole. Like the flow is real with this game. And I was really like, am I standing at spooky right now with the way this thing's flipping? The flippers are strong. The ramps are all reachable. I can't wait for other people to play it to see if I'm just completely like in my own head with it. But
sure.
This layout is great. Upper right flipper into the inner loop, into, a subway that goes to a VUC to the outer loop orbit that goes right back to the same flipper. So it's repeatable.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun, man. It's fun. They got the lock from Shadow to throw the ball through the door.
Yeah.
Taz is right there. And when you start a mode, they haven't done any streams of this yet, but the cartoon starts playing like what seems like in its entirety the whole time you're playing whatever mode
I
that
like
is.
that.
So my wife was standing behind me, and like duck season, rabbit season came on. She's like, "Don't drain. I want to watch this cartoon."
And you have so you have Scooby behind you.
Yeah.
And in a vacuum, I know you just played Looney Tunes once. I've played Scooby. I've dealt with some of the problems with it. I think it looks fantastic. I think it actually flows pretty well. It's a little floaty in the upper playfield and whatever. I'm at heart rooting for Spooky as a company because, Wisconsin and all that.
Sure.
And I just want them to just smash it out of the park with this one. Looney Tunes versus Scooby-Doo. What's your gut reaction?
Looney Tunes feels a lot more solid. Just, from structure, from getting your hands on it. It didn't feel as look. It's like Scooby's loaded with it's got the servos on the apron, little things that I'm like, that's cool, but it may require more maintenance than a location would be rather you're ready to deal with. And I think their approach to this new layout is to look at what's worked for them in the past, look at what's been problematic in the past, and try to get rid of the problem things so they don't occur. The servos that do exist on the new layout, I've asked them this, they've gone for the more robust ones that they haven't had problems with Halloween Ultraman. Those tiny little ones that are for model aircraft that are built to fail and be replaced are kind of left out. So it just feels like it's a more solid, like the engineering is leveled up. And every little tiny little bits, each thing leveled up with them for these new games is how they feel when I was playing them. And I've put a dozen games on each one. Just hopping back and forth, giggling to myself. What we don't know is what's going to happen to these games, 6 months down the road of heavy play. We'll find that out with time. But from the jump, I was happy with these, man. I can't wait to get them.
Okay. So what are you looking forward to most in 2024 in the world of pinball?
So I was thinking about this in the shower today, lathered up, and everybody is looking forward to Jaws. Probably that's going to be, released in our home starting in January. But I'm liking this other rumor of them doing a new ground up Metallica game with expression lights, Black Album. I'm looking forward to see if that rumor is true. I would love that to be true.
It's like you have contacts, you hear things, you say things, you don't want to say too much. Yeah, the rumor seems, me too. I would say that possibility.
And even if that rumor doesn't come out, there's going to be 2 more games from Stern this year. I can't wait to see what those are. I can't wait to see what the December release next year from Spooky is going to be. I can't wait to see if American Pinball's hanging around this year or if they hit a home run with Food Truck. And I'm looking forward to going to Expo and TPF. Let's go with TPF for now.
Sure.
We're going to have a lot more information once we get there. We'll all be together again.
TPF and a little sprinkle of maybe Metallica on the side. Maybe wink, wink. Yeah. All right, man. I got to get to a meeting soon. Everyone out there, go check out Don's Pinball Podcast. You know how to get podcasts. Go check out his Facebook. You're always doing streams, just killing it. You're somehow like, I think you have a teleporter or transporter. You just show up in pinball places, and you're doing awesome stuff for the community. You're showing stuff early.
Yeah, check out the Facebook page, Don's Pinball Podcast. Give me a follow so you don't miss the live streams. I'm giving away a Godzilla banner to a Patreon member today. There's still time to get in on that for $5. Nice. Email me at donspinballpodcast@gmail.com. I got stickers. I got holiday t-shirts. I really want to have just the best or most diverse gear in the game. Even if the podcast is terrible, you're going to like my stuff.
It's not terrible. Yeah, go get his stuff. Your art's awesome too as well. All right, dude, thanks for letting me get to know your holiday balls. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thanks for joining, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.